On the morning of June 18, 1982, a postal worker crossing London's Blackfriars Bridge noticed something hanging from the scaffolding below. It was a man, dangling by the neck over the Thames. When police recovered the body, they found heavy paving bricks stuffed into the pockets of his suit. More bizarrely, exactly $15,000 in cash had been meticulously sewn into the lining of his jacket. Despite the strange physics required to climb down river scaffolding with brick-weighted pockets, the authorities reached a quick conclusion. They quickly ruled the death a suicide. The man was Roberto Calvi, the chairman of Banco Ambrosiano, at the time the largest private bank in Italy. The international press called him God's banker. He had earned the moniker through an exclusive and highly lucrative financial pipeline managed directly for the Vatican. A billionaire with deep ties to the holiest office on earth was found hanging like a common thief, yet the official record remained focused on a single, improbable conclusion. In practice, Calvi's bank was a clearinghouse for organizations that needed to move capital entirely outside the view of international law. His most prestigious client was the Vatican Bank. Servicing the church provided Calvi with a nearly limitless pool of global capital, and, more importantly, a shield of institutional immunity that regulators were hesitant to pierce. His second client was the P2 Masonic Lodge. This was a shadow state secret society that wielded documented influence over the Italian parliament, the national media, and the military command. Calvi acted as the silent, untraceable bridge between these two worlds, allowing religious immunity to shake hands with shadow political power. The final node in the network was the Sicilian Mafia. The Mafia provided the illicit street capital that kept the network liquid, along with the physical muscle needed to ensure the system remained undisturbed. Through Calvi, religious institutions, shadow governments, and organized crime were all sharing the exact same bank accounts. But laundering money for three competing, violent factions simultaneously created a massive concentration of risk. When a $1 billion deficit was discovered in the bank's ledgers, Calvi's deep knowledge of the money trail shifted from a vital asset to an existential liability for his clients. The scene under Blackfriars Bridge wasn't the act of a desperate man, but a mechanical necessity, a systemic purge required to protect the surviving network. For 20 years, independent investigators fought the British and Italian authorities to challenge the 1982 suicide ruling. Eventually, the weight of the forensic evidence, the impossible placement of the bricks, and the hidden cash forced a second inquest that officially reversed the ruling to murder. This reversal led to a formal murder trial in Rome in 2005, but the two-decade delay had taken its toll. Financial ledgers had disappeared, witnesses had been intimidated, and investigators faced constant institutional stonewalling. Despite the undeniable proof of a crime, every suspect walked free. Nobody was ever convicted for the death of Roberto Calvi. The financial deficit was proven, the corruption was documented, the body under the bridge was real. When the highest levels of society and the darkest criminal enterprises share a ledger, they have the power to murder in plain sight and purchase absolute immunity.